Hello poets, this is Amanda Casey. Today, QCTV has an inside story on one of the most commonly used apps today, Yik Yak. Yik Yak is an anonymous social feed that allows users to share posts, otherwise known as yaks, within a 10-mile radius. Features include upvotes and downvotes, which allow users to rate yaks. A yak that receives up to 5 downvotes gets deleted permanently. Users can also peek on yaks from any college or city in the world. The app has become increasingly more popular at Whittier within the past few months, so we stopped to ask students how they feel about Yik Yak on campus.
Pretty cool. You get to express yourself anonymously.
People can have guts and say what they want anonymously, and they won't say it in person. So
since we're such a small campus, you kind of know who's being talked about and stuff, so it's really interesting.
I think that Yik Yak is satanic, and I think that Yik Yak is the source of all evil at this school.
It gets pretty heated. It's a lot of drama on there. It's kind of funny though.
I haven't personally been on Yik Yak, but there was a Yik Yak about me. It was like something about it's bad when you get declined at Taco Bell. I signed up for Amazon Prime and I forgot to cancel it, so they took all my money. And then when I went to Taco Bell, I was like, oh.
Yik Yak bears resemblance to many college anonymous sites like True Blab, Juicy Campus, and even the Dub C Confessions page that was a fad back in 2013. The only difference is that those sites no longer exist due to extreme user cyberbullying that forced the sites to be taken down. We've seen this on Yik Yak, and it's mostly targeted societies, sports members, and individuals.
Speaking for myself, and I think my sisters feel the same way, I don't think we really have a strong opinion about it. I don't think we care enough really about it to say anything.
I can only speak on my personal behalf because I don't know how all of my sisters feel, but what I can say is that whether you're in a society or not, I think during new member education a lot of negative comments were brought forth on the app, and I just think that it's difficult to see our process or traditions being openly spoken about in a negative manner. We can't really defend ourselves because it is an anonymous site, but what we can do is just uphold and represent ourselves as best as possible and not contribute further to the negative comments or to the bullying that occurs on that app.
Society in general, we tend to not take the posts as serious as most people do. We try to ignore it because in reality we're still gonna do what we do. We're still gonna have our brotherhood. We're still gonna be together, and we're not gonna let posts like that affect us.
Amr Rashid, a sophomore at Whittier College, also experienced this firsthand when his name was mentioned in a negative Yik Yak post.
So essentially, there was a yak that was posted that was talking about how me and my friend thought we were too good, that we were better than everyone else. I think the exact vocabulary was we thought we were hot shit, and that we didn't deserve it. There were also a few that of yaks which would back up that statement and discuss that statement, additional comments and things like that, essentially just to support it. And then after that was when other yaks got posted and kind of it started a little thing, and there was a little bit of discussion for a day. It was pretty cool. I was trending on social media. That was essentially after that day it ended for the most part because so many people had retaliated on it. Seeing that other people took care of it, it wasn't really much of an issue. I don't know, it's just an anonymous app. I think it's childish. I think it's a waste of time. So.
Some students see Yik Yak as an effective channel for spreading information about events and campus happenings, but it has also had a negative effect on the way this information is perceived. For example, earlier this week, outraged students took to the app after attending an ASWC Senate meeting where funding for the society dance Fantasy was vetoed.
Well, I saw a lot of the things that were being said against Pentronic, and then some of the things were directed to some of the e-board. I saw a lot of comments attacking President Esker, which I really didn't think that was a good decision because all she was doing was looking for the benefit of the student body. Just because we didn't get funded from Senate doesn't mean that we're not going to be seen around campus or something like that, or doesn't mean we're not going to plan to throw something else for the student body.
So is Yik Yak primarily a venue for cyberbullying? The Huffington Post published an article titled "Why Your College Campus Should Ban Yik Yak," and many colleges felt the same. Does Whittier have the same stance as these institutions?
I don't know if I can speak to Whittier College's stance as a whole, but I can speak to my own stance and my opinion on it, and also the discussions that we're having within the administration. My own personal stance on Yik Yak is that anonymous posting sites, they tend to breed the isms that we don't talk about in daily life. Racism, homophobia, sexism, all of the kind of the things that people don't say out loud, they tend to, because they take away the need to actually talk through these things with someone else. They encourage these sort of comments. Security checks Yik Yak, the administrators, we all check Yik Yak. So we are definitely taking note of Yik Yak and kind of using it as something, as a temperature check to be able to see what's going on campus. I will say that I have had a conversation with the Dean of Students and Associate Dean of Students about what our next steps are going to be, and we're also in conversations with IT services to talk about the possibility of banning Yik Yak. Does that mean it's necessarily going to happen? No, but we are 100% in process of figuring out what the right step is going to be.
Well, rather than posting everything on Yik Yak, I believe that the student body should actually write their concerns and give them to the student body. And Senate says that it's all about pleasing the student body. And if that's really the case, then I feel like they should take everything, whether it was said on Yik Yak anonymously or not, like they should take every perspective into consideration.
I think in some ways it's kind of dangerous because it keeps putting stereotypes in people's heads, like societies versus everyone, or one team's better than the other, etc. But at the end of the day, we're still all athletes. Like, we're still all, like, you know, society members. Like, but we're all still on the same campus. Like, we all still have to, like, work together and everything.
When it comes down to it, we all have different opinions about Yik Yak. It is important to remember that a small post can make a lot of noise at a campus like Whittier. This has been Amanda Casey for QCTV.